at what point did you believe that even when you were at maybe your lowest? I mean, there was a point you said you were basically homeless pursuing your dream to be a wrestler. You've always believed that no matter what, maybe even lacking the self-awareness, not being in shape or not knowing what it would take. You've always felt that even with people saying no and even with you knowing maybe you weren't in the best of shape?
Even when I was lazy and complacent, I truly believed that this is what I was supposed to be doing. I was just doing it the wrong way. You know, it took me, like I said, it just one day I just kind of flipped the switch. And
well, what was the key for that?
Funny enough, it was random. It could have been any other week, and my answer probably would have been different. But I used to run a club in Atlantic City, and I was set up. I mean, I didn't have anything. I had nothing saved, nothing to my name. But because of the job, I had a free apartment on the boardwalk in AC. I had a company vehicle, so I had a car. You know, and I had a job, and they wanted to give me more responsibility, and they wanted me to stop, you know, doing that. And this is quoting the owner at the time. He said, "I want you to stop doing that wrestling thing you do sometimes on the weekends." And for whatever reason, that day it hit me a different way, and I was like, "You have my 2 weeks notice." Now, after I did that, I was like, "Oh no,"
right?
Because I have nothing to know where to go. But it was kind of like that push of, all right, if I'm gonna give this up, I really got to be honest with myself in the mirror. And that's literally what happened. And then from there on, there was no excuses. No, I'm telling everybody I'm trying, but I'm not really. No, it was like I have to tell people like, hey, you're working harder. And I'm like, actually, this week I was pretty lazy. Like I had to start being honest. And the moment I did that, you realize how many times you don't want to give that answer. So you actually work hard.
That's one of the things that I loved about it in the doc is that you called yourself lazy. You quote said, not a good human being. That you were not. Now, explain that to me, because you didn't really go into detail on that. What did that mean, saying you're not a good...
So to me, I'm a big fan of treat people how you want to be treated. We hear that, you hear that from your parents, but it's real. At the time, I was so miserable with myself that I treated others hardly. And I look back now and I think about how I treated people, how I talked to people. Man, you talk about having regrets. That's my biggest regret, was being a bad person to other people for no reason. And now, like one of the most prideful things about me now is how I treat people. I'm so happy that I'm nice to everyone. I try to be as kind as I can be to anybody, even sometimes when I don't need to be.